Truthfully, this is why we do it. Oh, that's good. Good morning and welcome back to the Return Homestead. My name is Mike. My wife Marty and I homestead 50 acres in eastern Kentucky. Today's project is a simple one. Get the sweet potatoes in the ground. Once the area is tilled, I set my line about 1 foot from the edge of the tilled area. I'll be planting on either side of the line about 6 inches from center, and I'll alternate from one side to the other. That way I'll get the plants spaced about 1 foot apart. To keep everything even, I measure the blade of my spade, which happens to be 6 inches, measure out from the 6-inch mark, and put the first plant in the ground. First thing this morning, we drove out to Pineview Farms to pick up these sweet potato slips. They're located in Manchester, Kentucky. Then on the other side of the line, 6 inches out from the 12-inch mark, and put number 2 in the ground. Growing your own sweet potato slips is not difficult. Just bury a sweet potato about halfway in a shallow pan of soil, and the slips will pop up all around the edges. You just break them off and stick them in the dirt. This year we just ran out of time. Too many projects going on. Then back to the other side at 18 inches for the next one. Continuing down, alternating from one side to the other, moving 6 inches at a time, all the way to the end of the row. We're going to take a tip from Farmer Jesse over at No-Till Growers. He suggests that you plant double rows and then alternate with a row of some other plant. He gets 20% better yields if he keeps the sweet potato rows slightly separated. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave room for another row here. So we're going to go out about 30 inches from this row in order to get the next row in. Late afternoon thunderstorms are common this time of year, so I'll have to hurry to get things done. Each one of these things is not like the other. All of the happy hens are black and white. except for this one. Now, she may look like one of these because of her size, but Tinkerbell actually belongs to the larger flock. She is just over a year old. She's the smallest chicken we have, and she figured out a way to move between the two coops. So even though we have a dividing wall up currently to keep the brand new happy hens from the rest of the flock, Tinkerbell found a way to get over. Never underestimate chickens. They will figure out a way to get through if they want to. So we got all the sweet potatoes in the ground. We have both red or orange sweet potatoes and some white sweet potatoes back here. Now, before going to the nursery to get the slips, I took some measurements, did some math, and calculated exactly how many slips I would need. And I was 2 slips short, but that was only from the bundles that I had opened up. In reality, I purchased 2 additional packets of slips that I didn't have room for. Now, it used to be that when I did something like that, I would consider that a mistake, but I've learned to simply appreciate that sometimes God has a bigger plan than I do. So I figure somewhere along the line, we're going to need these extra sweet potatoes. So although we are out of room in the garden for this year, I'm going to find some extra space for them. About the only space we have left is this area in between the pear tree and the blackberries. While it may not look like it on video, this is a fairly steep section of hillside. Not ideal for planting sweet potatoes, and as you can see, we had no plans for it, so it's in pretty rough shape. So you get to see me convert this into a garden bed for sweet potatoes. Yes, this time I remembered the gasoline. Top this thing off, crank it up, start moving dirt. I'm not going to pull a string or a line on it this time. Kind of racing a storm again today, and I want to get this done quickly, so I'm just going to eyeball it. As you can see, it's a pretty severe angle on the hillside anyway, so I'm going to kind of let the tiller tell me where it wants to go. So there's only a few inches of really good soil on top here where the grass has been growing. Below that, it's a pretty thick and heavy clay, so this is tough going on a hillside. What I'm going to do now is rake these out level so that I can kind of build swales. I've left a strip down the middle where I haven't tilled to help hold the hillside up. And I'm going to level this out. We're going to add some amendments and go back with a deep till. And just like that, all the sweet potatoes are in the ground. We did use every single slip. So all of the over purchased slips are here in the ground, ready to produce. We got it all done before the storm. Thank you for joining us again today on The Return Homestead. If you like strawberry shortcake, please subscribe and hit that like button while you have the window open.